Hey, it's the Lisper Podcast, and I'm the host of Lisper, and y'all know the co-host is in the building. Y'all know the co-host is in the building. Y'all know Freddie, Macho Man in the building, Megatron and his crew in the building. You know, Kobe's always behind me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm here, and today's episode is called Major Mistake. Major mistake, and it's called Major Mistake because I think Marvel made a major mistake in Jonathan Major's situation. I think they made a major mistake in Jonathan Major's situation. Now, before I get to talking, cheers, and happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers. I want to say happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers. I had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I wanted to show you all the gift that I got, but I can't. It's behind all this shit. I can't reach it, but just know that Brittany did her thing. You know what I'm saying? Brittany did her thing. I gotta admit, she did her thing. But anyway, let's talk about the Jonathan Major situation. Now, first of all, let's get into the facts that Marvel fired him because of the situation, the domestic violence situation. Now, listen, I'm all for being an advocate for no domestic violence, right? And I'm all for being an advocate of protecting women. You know, I got daughters, I got wife, I got kids, I got all of that shit. I got a mother, sisters. I love women. I'm an advocate for protecting women, right? But I'm saying that by law, he did the wrong thing. By law, he's guilty of what they saying he was guilty with. By law. But in real life, he tried to get his phone back and she got scratched or whatever happened to her. And by law, he's guilty. But also, reasonable people can look up the court documents. Reasonable people can look at the situation, and reasonable people can say, hey, man, this is not a domestic violence situation for real. This is not him being an abuser of women. This is not nothing that should taint his career, nothing that should taint his legacy, nothing that should really fuck him up. You know what I mean? I know it's Disney, and I know they want to err on the side of caution, but I think that they made a big error when they decided to err on the side of caution. You know what I'm saying? I think that Disney and Marvel and all these people didn't do their due diligence. They didn't do their due diligence because their due diligence was to really, really, really get into the case and really, really see what he did. And they could have just kept him on. They could have had him make a statement. The publicist could have said, you know, whatever. And Marvel they might not have had to make light of it, but they could have had somebody, Kevin Feige or anybody could have just came out and said, listen, we're not making light of the situation. We take domestic violence seriously. But we don't think that what happened is egregious enough to fight us, man. We're going to continue to move forward with Jonathan Major. And if for real, had they done that, the real Marvel fans, the real people that watch Marvel, the real people that go to all these movies, the real people that hate Quantumania but still want to go see it, you know what I mean? The real people that love this comic book shit, they would have forgave him. They would have forgave him. They wouldn't have boycotted. It wouldn't have been bad. You know what I'm saying? I think it still would have worked out. I think Disney wouldn't have looked in a bad light because Jonathan Majors don't look in a bad light. The man y'all fired don't look in a bad light. He looked like somebody who got into an argument with a woman, tried to get away from her, tried to grab her phone. She took his phone. He tried to get his phone back, and he fucked up. Now, I'm not standing on my moral high ground because he was cheating. He definitely was cheating because I don't understand how you just end up with Megan Good. So you was talking to Megan Good before this shit, because that was amazing that she was literally going to court with him as his lady, arm in arm. I'm his lady. I'm stand by my man. Right after that shit happened, you were in court with this man. So Megan Good might have been a friend of his, and might have been like, but you know what that was. You know what that was. Megan Good was the backup, and you know what's funny? You know what's funny to me? You know what's crazy to me? Megan Good was Megan Good side bitching for Jonathan Majors? Because here's the thing. Now, I'm not saying that she was. I don't know their situation. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was really with that white woman or the white woman was the side bitch or he was single at the time and he just had plenty of bitches. I mean, not bitches, women. I'm going to say women. I'm sorry I said bitches, but that's how I talk. But I'm just saying, okay, like, I don't know if he had a plethora of women. I don't know if the white woman was the side joint. I don't know if Megan Good was the side woman. I don't know this situation. I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to say that for me, ain't no way Megan Good is going to be decide anything. Okay, Megan Good will never be side nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the fact that I saw that white woman, and I ain't saying she was not attractive or nothing like that, but you're a black man, and you was communicating, messing with, side with, dating, whatever you was doing with Megan Good. So I'm not going. I'm not. It's not a moral ground, but it's for me to say this. Jonathan Majors kind of fucked up with that. And the universe told him that he fucked up with that. The universe said, you got Megan Good over here. Why is this woman even in your life? Why are you in the car with her? Why is she even got the right to touch your phone? You got Megan Good on the back burner or whatever the case may be. Like, that's insane. That's insane, because Megan Good is good to go. You know what Megan Good real name is? Because you know how stars use fake names, right? You know how Jamie Foxx real name ain't Jamie Foxx. You know what I mean? You know how stars use fake names. Jay-Z real name ain't Jay-Z. We know that. His name's Sean Carter. You know, a lot of stars use like stage names, right? And I found out that Megan Good shortened her name for the stage because her name ain't Megan Good. Her real full name is Megan Good. Lord have mercy. Whoa, that's her real name. Well, that's her name to me. That's the name I call her. You know what I'm saying? But the fuck. So you had Megan Good, right? And then let's be clear. Jonathan Majors ain't exactly what I would call a handsome man. Now, y'all know me. Y'all know I'm not a homophobic guy. I can say when a man is handsome, but not with confidence. And Jonathan Majors is not a handsome man to me. He looked good as when he was on playing He Who Remains in the Loki series because he had the beard and he had the goatee and the beard thing going on. He looked all right. But when Jonathan Majors is like regular, like full shaver, like when he was in that HBO show, whatever, the country show, whatever, when he was in when you see him as Kang with nothing, no facial hair, my man my man looked like he be walking around saying, swing low, sweet chariot. You know what I'm saying? He looked a little, he looked a little fucked up. He got the, I don't want to say monkey, but he got the something going on like he's not attractive enough to me to be dating that Megan Good, right? But the thing is, the universe told him. That shit happened because he had Megan Good where he had her at. Had he had Megan Good on the pedestal that she belonged on, had he been doing right by Megan Good or doing right by whoever, whatever, that situation with that white woman wouldn't happen. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, because I don't know the true situation, but I'm just saying, if you got Megan Good, the universe told him, stick with that. Keep that. That's the best you're gonna get, my man. Don't fuck it up. You know what I mean? That's what my take on it. Okay, but anyway, back to the point is that what he did was not egregious enough for, I think, the fans to be mad about it. Yeah, initially, Disney would have got some backlash. Initially, they would have said, oh, he's a piece of shit, he's this person, he's that, he's a bad guy, all that shit. And that would have been mostly white people hating. I ain't gonna lie. It's a racist shit. It is, because she was a white woman, and white people don't like, some white people, racist white people, I'll put it like that. Real racist white people don't like a black man in that position. You know what I'm saying? He's in a position to be the new big bad of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. 2 Avengers movies, like he in the status of him being that dude. You know what I mean? That status of some white people, racist white people, was waiting to take this man down. So you would have had that. We ain't gonna fake out. We ain't gonna act like that shit don't happen. We ain't gonna act like racism don't exist. We would have had that. We would have had a bunch of white folks saying, I can't believe Disney kept that piece of shit. But once the movies would have hit, once the movies would have been fire in my desire, baby, we would have let all that shit go. Even them white racist folks would have been like, look, you know what I mean? I still think Jonathan Majors is a piece of shit, but the Kang Dynasty was fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, just like the white people that don't want Anthony Mackie to be Captain America. Captain America was supposed to be a bomb-ass movie to stop the racism, but it ain't. I digress on that. I don't want to talk about that movie. That's going to be a regular video. That ain't going to be no podcast because it ain't worth my podcast time. And I'm just saying that Captain America, because of the racism in this country, he had to pop. Because you went from a white Captain America to a black one. That movie was supposed to be like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't. It made me think like, yo, this dude ain't Captain America. Made me think like they gonna bring the ball back. Like, I mean, Chris Evans coming back. Like they gonna have to do something because this Captain America, he can't lead these motherfucking Avengers. You know what I mean? It didn't. But we're gonna go into something else. I'm just saying that I believe that the Marvel Cinematic Universe would have survived keeping Jonathan Majors on in hindsight of all that. But they said they erred on the side of caution. And they fired my man, the error on the side of caution. They said, you know what, we don't want no backlash, right? But then they tried to spin it. They tried to blame Quantumania for it. Now, look. I am in no way, shape, or form saying that Quantumania was a good movie. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. It's a comic book film. Now, look, and I can agree Quantumania is not a good movie. Okay, Quantumania and the Marvels, when they got the backlash for being bad Marvel films, I can agree with that. The one I don't agree with is Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't agree with Thor: Love and Thunder because I think Thor: Love and Thunder is being compared to Ragnarok. That's what I think. I think that because it came out after Ragnarok, it kind of got compared to Ragnarok. Even though Ragnarok was funny, Ragnarok had the comedy in there. Ragnarok is a way better movie than Love and Thunder, but Love and Thunder is not that bad. I watched it all. It's not that bad. I kind of like it. It don't do nothing to forward the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It don't do nothing for Thor. It don't do nothing for any of the characters. And it wasn't like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, but it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed the comedy. I enjoyed the Screaming Ghost. I don't find that movie as egregious as a lot of people say. But Quantumania, I do. Quantumania, I do find egregious. But it's not for the reasons that people are making up about Jonathan Majors. It's not for that to me. You know what I mean? To me, it's not for that. I find it egregious because I did not like MODOK. I mean, I like MODOK. He was funny, and I like who they chose to be MODOK. I did, but the way it looked, it was just, you know, I don't know. And I don't like Ant-Man. I ain't gonna lie, I do not like Ant-Man. Ant-Man is just, I like Paul Rudd, good actor. I like Paul Rudd, he's a cool dude, but Ant-Man is just like, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with Ant-Man. I don't fuck with the Wasp. I don't fuck with it. It's just not he's just not the hero, the superhero. Ant-Man is a comedy relief. Ant-Man not even good at being Ant-Man for real. He get big, he fight, but he gets little, he fight. He's not even a good rumbler. Like Ant-Man has nothing, the qualities that I want in a superhero. They shouldn't even make Ant-Man movies for real. They should just have Ant-Man just show up, be a part of the Avengers, do his thing, say some little jokes, and roll out. The fact that they're making Ant-Man films is crazy, but they're not going to make another Ant-Man film. I don't think there will never be another Ant-Man film in the MCU. I don't think so. But with that being said, though, Quantumania is egregious, but it's not for the reasons that Marvel trying to spin it. And I think they're trying to spin it. They said Quantumania was bad. I mean, Quantumania was part of the reason why they fired Jonathan Majors because Kang wasn't received very well. And the people didn't receive Kang very well. And I'll go back to what I said about racism in this country. I go back to that because I think that some of the people that was complaining about Kang was these racist people who didn't want Jonathan Majors in that situation. I honestly do believe that because let's break it down. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to be real clear on this. Motherfuckers was excited about Thanos, right? We was excited about Thanos, and I'm gonna break Thanos down first. We was excited about Thanos. Everybody knew Thanos was the new big bad, right? Everybody was waiting for Thanos, and Thanos, Josh Brolin was going to get 2 films, 2 Avengers movies as Thanos. He was going to get 2 Avengers movies. He was going to get Infinity War and Endgame, and we got in there. Infinity War and Endgame, 2 of the top 2 best Marvel Cinematic Universe films, right? That's the consensus, right? And that's what we're going with, right? And those films worked out. They was great films. They was banging. Thanos was a good villain. Josh Brolin killed that role. Everything that they set us up for with Thanos worked out, correct? Yeah, we can agree to that. But what was our introduction to Thanos? Our introduction to Thanos was one end credit scene where he turned around and smiled, like a goofy ass turnaround smile, right? I don't even think that was Josh Brolin. I think that was just like a CGI thing or somebody that they just got to play Thanos. I don't think Josh Brolin did because it don't even look like the same Thanos that ended up being Thanos, right? It looked like a little fucked up ass Thanos that they just threw together to throw it in there to let us know it was Thanos. That first scene was fucked up. And then we got another cutscene with Thanos reaching for the gauntlet and saying, I'll just have to do it myself because Loki failed and shit. So we got that. Now, let's analyze what we know Thanos did before, what we know about Thanos and how we was introduced to him before Infinity War, right? So before Infinity War, like I said, we got those 2 end credit scenes, right? But what was Thanos responsible for before that? In the MCU, we ain't talking about comic book shit. We ain't talking about what he did in the comics. We ain't talking about comics. We just literally focusing on just the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? And in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what do we know about Thanos before we watched Infinity War? What did we see about Thanos? We saw those 2 cutscenes. That's all we saw. That's all the visual we got on Thanos, right? That's all the visual we got on him. And then we knew what happened in the Avengers, right? We found out that Thanos was the one who gave Loki the power and gave Loki the scepter and gave Loki all the shit and made the deal with Loki to come take over the world, right? Excuse me. That's what we know, right? But let's be clear. Thanos sent the bum ass Chitauri to that's the army that he gave Loki to come and take over Earth. He didn't respect Earth. He thought Earth was a bum-ass planet. He didn't realize they had heroes. He thought they was corny as shit. Because he sent the Chitauri, and the Chitauri is corny as shit. That army is whack as fuck, okay? They could not fight a lick. The Avengers was fucking them up. They was fucking the Chitauri up. It was just a lot of them. And they was all getting fucked up. They could not fight. The Chitauri army is not a good army. He just thought Loki could lead them. He thought we was chumps. So that effort that Thanos put forth, that fight at the end of Endgame was more about, not Endgame, at the end of the first Avengers movie, was more about Loki than it was about that fucking corny ass army to send. The Chitauri got fucked up. They got their asses whooped. I didn't see a Chitauri member get any kind of advantage on any other fucking Avengers. They literally went out there and beat their ass. Like, fuck the Chitauri up. Something vicious, like they had no chance. They had no chance. No chance in hell. So that was corny as fuck. For real, what Thanos did in the first Avengers was corny as fuck. Now Loki showed up. He got fucked up too, but he showed up. He did a little something. But Thanos sending the Chitauri, that was corny as fuck. That was corny. And then when we get to Infinity War, when we get to an Infinity War, right? We find out that Thanos went to that one planet and fucked all of them up and forced that dude to make the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, we heard about it. We ain't see the shit. We heard about it. And we heard that Thanos was going around and committing genocides. He was taking his army and his troops and he was going to different planets and different worlds and creating genocides, right? We heard about it. But we only saw a tiny clip of it when they showed him get Gamora. When they showed him get Gamora, when he first met Gamora, and he had that little nice thing that he balanced on his finger. We saw a little clip of that, and we saw like a couple of people get shot in the fucking background with his army, and they was killing him, and he turned around, don't look, baby. Don't look, little girl. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's all we saw. So up until Thanos started Infinity Warring, that's all we saw of him before that. But we loved it, right? Thanos was the shit. Woo, woo. Marvel didn't fire your Josh Brolin because Thanos was ill-received, because Thanos wasn't ill-received, but Thanos didn't show a shit before Infinity War. Didn't show a shit. And even during Infinity War, we found out about the stuff that he did that led up to that. It wasn't shit. The Chitauri wasn't shit. Him destroying that planet and going to that planet and getting the gauntlet made, we don't know what happened there. We know about the genocide, but what they showed us of it, we saw a little tiny little Chitauri and little army shooting people up. That's all we saw. And in the culmination of it, the 2 Avengers movies was fire. Was fire, right? We loved it, right? And bam, Thanos is now like a big bad. He did his thing. But now we want to fire Jonathan Majors because of a minor domestic altercation between a woman that wasn't like the domestic violence that we talk about. It wasn't the domestic violence that we hate, right? And then we want to try to double down on it by saying, well, the character of Kang wasn't received very well, and so in Quantumania. And then we is setting up the bullshit about Quantumania, but let's go to Jonathan Majors now. Let's go to Kang, the character of Kang, right? Let's break it down. What did we see of Kang? Because we didn't even get to the Kang Dynasty film. We didn't even get to the Secret Wars film. We didn't get to the 2 Avengers films that he was going to be in. So we going off of Kang on what we was previously introduced before the 2 films that was going to be the culmination of the Kang situation. So let's go what we know about Kang previous to the films that we didn't get. Kang was introduced to us in Loki, season 1, as He Who Remains. Right? Kang was introduced to us in Loki season 1 as He Who Remains. Tell me that scene. Tell me them episodes when He Who Remains and it wasn't fire. Tell me that wasn't fire. Tell me that Jonathan Majors didn't kill that role. Jonathan Majors killed it as He Who Remains. He was funny, he was witty, and when he had to get serious, he was serious. And when he told the story of what Kang did, it was outstanding. Okay, and what Kang did was way better than what Thanos previously did. Thanos previously went to a world and destroyed it to get a planet to destroy it to get Infinity Gauntlet so he can collect the stones, and he was creating genocide. He was doing genocide. He Who Remains literally had a war with his own self. He had a war with a bunch of Kangs that were literally going to take over the entire multiverse. These Kangs were going to take over the entire multiverse, and they had a multiversal war, and He Who Remains used Elias to stop the multiversal war and made the sacred timeline in which all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe exists in. The TVA and all of that exists because of what this dude, He Who Remains, who's Kang in the MCU, what he did. That's light years above what Thanos did. That's way more than what Thanos did. We got way more out of Kang already from Loki season 1 than we ever got out of Thanos. And Jonathan Majors' performance as He Who Remains in Loki season 1 was better, if not as good as Josh Brolin's performance as Thanos in both of those Marvel movies. So we already got something better as far as I'm concerned. We already got something better as far as I was concerned at that point, right? Because of what He Who Remains did and how Jonathan Majors played He Who Remains. And then let's go to that. Loki season 2. Loki season 2 still had the concept of He Who Remains in there. Jonathan Majors still killed that. Again, the second season, Jonathan Majors killed the He Who Remains role. And then we got Victor Timely, who's another Kang. Victor Timely is Kang. Another Kang variant. And he killed that too. Victor Timely was a good role. Killed it. Good role. And then we found out that He Who Remains set up for Victor Timely to be part of it because Victor Timely created the machine thing that kept the multiverse straight, that kept the sacred timeline, that helped the whole TVA. So now we got Victor Timely, who set up the sacred timeline that helped the whole TVA. We got He Who Remains, who stopped the multiversal war to take over. So now we got 2 things that Kang did that's like above Thanos, and we saw it. We saw Victor Timely literally working on the situation. We saw He Who Remains literally say, we know what Elias does. We saw Elias in the void. We know what Elias does. We saw the void that was done by Kang. We saw it. We just even saw it still in Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. We saw the void in Deadpool and Wolverine. We saw Elias. So all that's from Kang, bro. All that's from Kang. We see the void. We know about the void because Kang had the void. We see Elias in Deadpool and Wolverine. We see that she was using Elias to fuck people up. We saw all of that. Kang with all of that. Deadpool and Wolverine happened because of Kang having the TVA and doing all that stuff. So everything that Kang did previously was expanding the multiverse, expanding the universe, expanding the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was way more than what Thanos did. But we praise Thanos, but we want to get rid of Kang, right? No, makes no fucking sense. And this is the truth, I'm telling you, right? This is the truth, because I ain't lying about it, because we saw it. We watched the movie. Y'all love Deadpool and Wolverine. Y'all love that they was in the void. Y'all loved all that shit that happened. All that shit came from Kang, bro. All that shit came from He Who Remains, which is Kang. And the TVA machine came from Victor Timely, which is Kang. Right? Right? So what Kang did previous to his 2 movies, it was way greater than Thanos, and we saw him. Thanos had 2 cutscenes. He Who Remains had 2 seasons of episodes where he was in Loki and was describing everything that he had done before that. And then we saw the residuals of everything that Kang had done before that. Right? Right. Then we see Quantumania. And in Quantumania, we don't see it, but we're told that Kang has killed a bunch of Avengers. That's a feat. Whether we see it or not, that's a feat to say, I've killed. When Ant-Man said he was an Avenger, Kang said, oh, I killed them motherfuckers. I killed a bunch of Avengers. Is you one of the Avengers that I killed before? That lets us know that Kang, previous to the movies, has killed Avengers. Fuck them up. Then he said, are you the one with the hammer? So that means that he didn't even care enough to learn the Avengers' names. He fucked them up so bad that he didn't even know their motherfucking names, bro. Which Avenger are you? Are you the one with the fucking hammer? Like, I fucked up so many Avengers, I don't even remember their fucking names. I killed all them motherfuckers. And you the one with the hammer. That just goes to show, Thor is one of the most powerful Avengers. Thor is a fucking god, right? And he killed Thor. Because he said it. You the one with the hammer. Because he was thinking of it. You the one with the hammer. Because if you the one with the hammer, I already killed your motherfucking ass a bunch of times. He fucked Thor up. He's telling us that this Kang dude has already fucked Thor up. At least Thor. We don't know what Avengers he fought. We don't know if he fucked up an Iron Man. We don't know. Because he don't know. Because he don't remember. Because he don't give a fuck. He fucked them up. He don't care about their names. They was not a formidable foe for him. He didn't give a fuck about their names. Okay? He just know he whooped Avengers' ass. He just know as a team, he bust their ass. And he knows for a fact, he remember the hammer. So he knows for a fact, Thor was one of them motherfuckers I fucked up. Are you the one with the hammer? So now we learning that he fucked the Avengers up. He beat them. We didn't know nothing about Thanos didn't beat the Avengers before in Infinity War. He did not. Now let's be clear. Let's be clear. We watched Thanos whoop some Avenger ass. Ain't no doubt about that. Thanos whooped some Avenger ass. Because in Endgame, when he sat there, and Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor walked out in the 3-on-1, and Thanos was like, what's up? What's up, y'all bitches? And held his own 3-on-1 against the top 3 Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. Yeah. Thanos fucked some Avengers shit up, but we had to see it in the Avengers movie. And we was going to see it in the Kang Dynasty movie because we know Kang was going to win the Kang Dynasty film. Kang was going to win. So we were going to see it. We were going to actually get to see Kang fuck the Avengers up. We didn't get to see it because of the bullshit, but we was going to see that. We was going to see that. He was going to get his Thanos fuck the Avengers up, stand on business, big guy. He was going to get that. He was going to get that. But previous to getting that, he told us, I already did that shit. Thanos didn't previously fuck the Avengers up. Thanos didn't previously deal with the Avengers. Okay? So right now, Kang is ahead of Thanos by a mile. What else did we find out in Ant-Man Quantumania? We found out that he fucked the Avengers up. We also found out that this motherfucker took out a lot of fucking universes. He was just going and wiping shit out. Not committing genocide, not taking out 50%. He was wiping universes out. He was fucking a murderous bastard, right? He was so bad. This Kang was such a bad motherfucker that he was exiled by the other Kangs because he was too bad. Because the other Kangs in the universe who also bad motherfuckers. And it was you see how many other Kangs was in that Kang variant? You see how many Kangs came into that state? They filled up a fucking stadium. The Kangs filled up a fucking stadium. And they were so scared of this one Kang that was in Quantumania that they had him exiled because they couldn't fuck with him. And they waited. Understand what I'm saying? That the whole council of Kangs couldn't fuck with this one Kang because he was the ultimate Kang. And they had him fucking exiled. This man was Kang the Conqueror because he was conquering. He not only was conquering these universes, but that tells us because he was exiled, he was conquering the Kangs too. He was conquering the Kangs too. He was conquering everything. This motherfucker was a bad motherfucker. They told us that. He conquered the universes. He conquered all the Kangs. They didn't show it too much, but they showed a little bit. We saw it. right? We saw this, right? Now, also, in Quantumania, we literally saw him in Quantumania do something that we not giving him credit for. The backstory, he landed in the quantum zone, right? He landed in the quantum realm. He landed there, right? They exiled him there, so he didn't have any of his full power to do any of the shit that he needed to do. He didn't have his full strength. He wasn't at full power, right? And Hope, the Van Dyne, the Ant-Man Van Dyne woman, she helped him, right? She helped him get enough power to where he can start operating as himself again. What did he do? He created an entire army, an entire fortress, and took over the whole quantum realm. This motherfucker took over the entire quantum realm, and we saw it. We saw that he owned the quantum realm. He took it over. We saw he fucked up everybody. He was the leader. He was like the god of the quantum realm. Came there, fucked up, no power. Got a little bit of power, not even full power. He didn't even get to his full strength, his full capabilities. And with a little bit of his power, this motherfucker took over the whole entire quantum realm to the point that when motherfucking Jane got out, when the Ant-Man mom got out, she didn't want to go back. She was so scared, she didn't want to go back. She said, no, I'm not going back. I'm not fucking with Kang. Kang is down there. He owns that now. We can't go back to that motherfucker. Forget it. Don't ever even try to go back. This motherfucker's a problem, a big problem. We don't want him to get out. She knew. We had to exile him. I can't let him out. She destroyed that thing so he couldn't get out because she knew that he was the big bad. She knew he was going to fuck shit up on a hurry up. You know what I mean? We learned that. We saw that in Quantumania. And I'm not saying Quantumania was a good movie, but what they told us about Kang was some crazy shit. Was some shit like, holy fuck, with some scary shit, with some real fucking shit. You know what I mean? We saw that. But we want to ignore that because the movie wasn't good. We want to ignore that because we want to come up with some bullshit reason for why Marvel had to pivot off of Kang. Marvel had to pivot off of Kang because of some bullshit, and we using that as an excuse when what we saw in Quantumania was the shit. The other thing, Kang still wasn't at full power, right? And when he got a little bit more power, when Ant-Man went and got the reactor thing, and he got a little bit more power, did we not see that motherfucker when they came with the revolution? The revolution will not be televised when they came. And they rose up. They said, fuck it, we going to take over the Kang Fortress. We going to fuck Kang up. We going to do this. We going to do that, right? And they came to fuck Kang up. Then my man went out there by himself. His little robot army, they was just like the fucking Chitauri. They was bullshit. Nobody was scared of them. They was fucking them little robots up. They was beating those dudes. The robots was just there as support, backup, little army. But they was corny as fuck. They was getting fucked up. Ant-Man, all them fucking them robots up, back, with about to bing, bang, bang. Fucking the robots up. The robots didn't matter. When Kang came down, and Kang came out there by himself, and he stood on business. When Kang came down, and Kang came down there by himself and stood on business, he was fucking them up. He came down and was just straight blasting their asses. Boom, boom, boom. He was blasting motherfuckers, and it wasn't fighting. Kang wasn't about no fighting. He was killing motherfuckers. Straight murdering. We saw it. They showed it. My man came down and straight got to killing with no remorse. When he hit you with that blast, your ass is dead. Disintegrated. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know what I'm saying? We saw that with our own two eyes. But we're going to act like the movie was so bad and Kang was so corny. But we saw with our own two eyes. This man came down, killed people. Dead. He killed the guy with the one eye thing. But dead. Fuck shit up. And then I hear people saying Kang was defeated by ants. No, he wasn't. Ant-Man, the old Ant-Man brought all of them fucking ants there. And the ants, all they did was eat through his what is it called? Force field. He put up a force field, and the ants just ate through the force field. That's all they did. They didn't beat him up. They ate through the force field, and they ate part of his fortress up. But he still went back. He didn't die, and the ants didn't kill him. They took him back into the room. He got inside that room. He got inside his little container thing, his little room in the fortress, and they was fucking the fortress up. He didn't care. He was like, yo, I don't care about them fucking this fortress up because I got the power to rebuild this thing when I get the fuck out of here. He didn't give a fuck about them ants fucking his little fortress up and eating through his little force field. Them ants didn't beat him. Oh, he was defeated by ants. He was not defeated by ants. Okay? The ants ate the force field up. They was eating up his little fortress, but he was going to fuck them ants up. But his goal wasn't to fuck the ants up. His goal wasn't to take over the quantum realm. He already had the quantum realm. His goal was to get the fuck out of there. And that's all he was trying to do. I need to get the fuck out of here. That's all he was trying to do. And they was trying to prevent him from leaving. Kang wasn't even trying to kill them. Kang didn't even give a fuck about Ant-Man. He just wanted to leave. Ant-Man was trying to leave, stop him from leaving. Right? And then when they got upstairs and Ant-Man found a way out, his family, everybody went out, and Ant-Man was still there, and Kang was trying to get out, and Ant-Man was trying to stop him. He fucked Ant-Man up. Did y'all not see that? Did y'all not see Kang literally in that room beat the shit out of Ant-Man? Hand-to-hand combat. Not no powers, not no blasting, not nothing. Ant-Man challenged him hand-to-hand combat. Kang fucking stood on business, beat the shit out of Ant-Man. Whooped his fucking ass. Bad. Bad. Could have killed him. Easily could have killed him, but Kang wasn't concerned with killing him. Kang just wanted to get out. Right? Just wanted to get out, right? And then what happened? Kang didn't get killed. Y'all acting like Kang got killed. Y'all acting like that Kang that was in Quantumania was there. When I had the theory that Kang that in Quantumania was going to be the Kang that was going to be Kang the Conqueror. He was going to be the Kang at the end of the Kang dynasty that stood tall. He was going to be the Kang that was going to be the leader Kang in Secret Wars because he didn't die. Y'all realize that he got sucked into the same thing that Ant-Man was in? Corny ass Ant-Man was in there. Y'all forgot? Ant-Man was inside of that same fucking thing that Kang got sucked into. He was in there. Remember when he turned into a whole bunch of Ant-Mans and they was arguing, and then they finally combined together for the love of Cassie, and Ant-Man came up to the top and got out that corny shit. Remember that corny shit that happened? Kang's in that same place. So you telling me that bum-ass, corny-ass Ant-Man can figure out how to get the fuck out of there and Kang can't? Kang can't. The Council of Kang thought he was dead because he didn't exist on the plane no more. They couldn't find him. He didn't exist. But he was in there. When Ant-Man was in there, Ant-Man didn't exist neither. He was gone. He was missing. He was lost. He was outside of the universe. This same Kang was in there. So the Kang of the Council of Kang thought he was dead, but he wasn't dead. He was just trapped in there. And like I said before, bum-ass, corny-ass, dumb-ass Ant-Man got the fuck out. So Kang was going to get the fuck out. And when he got the fuck out, he was going to wreck some more shop because this motherfucker wrecked shop. Like, I don't know why y'all talking about he was corny. That Kang wrecked shop, bro. He wrecked shop to the point that all the other Council Kings were scared of him. He wrecked shop to the point that He Who Remains had that motherfucker trapped there. Knew he was there. Didn't want him to get out. Okay? And He Who Remains told Loki, you don't want the rest of me to come out here because I'm not the bad one. He Who Remains, who did all that, who stopped the war, who set up the multiverse, said, I'm not even the bad one. I'm not even the worst motherfucker. This motherfucker that's in the quantum realm is going to fuck shit up on a hurry up. He is crazy. And he got a whole bunch of other ones that's way worse than me. I'm the good Kang. We know that the good Kang was He Who Remains, who did what he did. So we can only imagine the bad Kang. So where's this? So that's what I'm saying. Quantumania wasn't a good film, but Kang was not misrepresented in Quantumania the fuck at all. He didn't get killed. He got trapped in something that Ant-Man escaped from. So I'm pretty sure that Kang was going to get out. And y'all don't get it. Kang the Conqueror is Kang the fucking Conqueror. They're not going to introduce Kang the Conqueror and then kill him in the first movie that he's in. Marvel ain't that stupid. That's my point that I was making, that I knew that Kang was coming back because he said he was the Conqueror. He said it. The Ant-Man wife, I can't remember her name. I don't know how her name is. Hope. No, Hope is his daughter. I think her name is Jane. Jane Van Dyne, I think. But she said it himself. He's Kang the Conqueror. She called him the Conqueror. He called himself the Conqueror. And he did. He was the Conqueror because he conquered the quantum realm at like half power. But y'all don't see that though. The racists don't see it because they want Jonathan Majors out, so they go, "Oh, Kang was corny anyway." Okay, and then the regular people don't see it because they wanted Jonathan Majors out because they didn't like the movie. And Disney don't see it because they want Jonathan Majors out because they can stand on business about domestic violence, and now they just using that as an excuse. Because when y'all had plans for this boy, y'all made this movie. Marvel made this movie, Marvel had plans, and Marvel didn't complain about it, but it was ill received to the public. So Marvel just used that. Oh, the public don't like it. Let's scapegoat this shit. Let's scapegoat it. But if the public had said they didn't like Kang, Marvel, Kevin Feige would have been like, y'all don't like Kang, but wait and see. Wait and see. This is just the start. Y'all gotta wait and see. But Jonathan Majors don't get no wait and see because he black. Jonathan Majors don't get no wait and see because he fucked up. He had a little domestic violence thing. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? And I'm not lying. I'm not saying nothing. This is not my opinion. This is not even my opinion. This is facts. We saw the movie. Did y'all not watch the same movie I saw? Everything that I'm saying in this movie is true. Everything that I'm saying in this movie is facts. It happened in the movie. We saw it. Everything I'm saying about Kang the Conqueror, we was told and we were shown. You see what I'm saying? So now let's go to why I think it was a major mistake for them to fire him. And I think it was a major mistake for them to divert from the Kang Dynasty into the Dr. Doom situation. Because you can always bring in Dr. Doom. You can always bring in Dr. Doom. Because in the comics, Dr. Doom was a major part of Secret Wars. So you could have just rotated Dr. Doom in. Also, Marvel does a bad. Marvel was real bad. Really, really bad. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? There were some bad films in it, but you're going to have, when you do like 30 movies, you're going to have bad films. Like you can't do 30 movies and not have bad films. So there were some bad films, but I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Correct, right? I do. I love it. But Marvel has a real problem with tying up loose ends. Marvel is pulling the wool over our eyes with some of these loose ends. They're getting, okay, this is a loose end, but we got to pivot off of that. So we just not going to tie it in. We just going to fucking just let it go. We just going to fucking leave it be and figure it out later. So now you got the Kang situation, and then you find Jonathan Majors, and you pivoting off of Kang. You got a loose end. Because remember at the end of Quantumania, the end cut scene, you got the Kang Dynasty going, "Yay, we back! The fucking Conqueror is dead. We can come back. We can start the multiverse of war all over again. We can do this. We can do that." They had the and all them motherfuckers, whatever his name was. They had the 3 Kangs right there, and they had the Kang Dynasty, and we got all the Kangs back, and we gonna fuck shit up. We gonna fuck it up. We gonna do this. We gonna do that, right? And now what? It's a loose end. It's a loose end. And you could have did the Kang Dynasty. And you could have had Dr. Doom show up in the Kang Dynasty. You could have had him show up. You could have had him show up. You could have had Dr. Doom do a couple of things behind the scenes. You could have introduced Dr. Doom in the end credit scene. And then you could have won into Secret Wars with Dr. Doom kind of versus Kang in the Secret Wars. And then bam, Kang, whatever happens in the Secret Wars. And then bam, Dr. Doom would be the bad guy for the next fucking level of the shit. You know what I mean? So you could have kept Kang, and you could have still brought Dr. Doom the fuck in if you wanted Dr. Doom to be the next guy anyway. You know what I mean? That way you could have tied up a loose end, and then you still could have went to your next big bad for the next Marvel shit, and you could have had an introduction to Dr. Doom for the next Marvel shit, and you could have had all of that shit work. And all that shit would have been popping. It would have been banging. It would have been fire, but you fucked up. Fucked up because I think getting rid of Jonathan Majors was a major mistake. And now I say, wait, where is this going now? Let's be honest. Where is this going? How are they going to close the Kang Dynasty chapter? How are they going to close that? How are they going to close that? What are they going to do? They're going to have so the Kang, all the Kang variants are in that stadium, right? If they just going to have like something corny, like Dr. Doom just comes down into that stadium, drops down, and just wipes them all out. Something corny like that. Like Marvel to close this chapter, Marvel to tie up this loose Kang, and it's going to have to do some corny shit. That's what I'm afraid of. To tie up this Kang situation, Marvel is now going to have to do some real corny shit. That's my thought process on it, because I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it without bringing Jonathan Majors back. I don't know how they're going to do it if they don't recast Kang. Kang has to be a part of this moving forward. Kang has to be a part of Doomsday, or if they make a movie in between Doomsday, they have to address the Kang situation. That little shit that they did at the end of Loki season 2, that little shit they added where, a Kang variant popped up in a Earth adjacent world, but he was taking care of that. So that's how they're going to run it. That's how they're going to spin it. The TVA is going to handle all of them Kang variants. Every time a Kang variant pops, they're going to say, there was another Kang variant that popped up here or there, but the TVA took care of them. And that's what we're going to do? Is that what we're going to do? If that's how we're going to wipe out the Kangs, if that's how we're going to close the loose end of the Kang dynasty, because that's corny as shit. That's corny as shit. That's not going to work. Or like I said, they're going to have the same scene with the CGI, with all the Kangs there, some CGI shit, and they're going to have Dr. Doom come down with his Doom bots, and they're going to have a stadium fight in which all the Kangs are going to die, and then Dr. Doom's going to be standing in the middle going, I have defeated the Kangs. Is that what they're going to do? Or they can bring Jonathan Majors back, let him play Kang, and they can still have Doomsday, and they can let Doomsday be about Jonathan Majors versus the Kang versus Dr. Doom, and have a couple of Avengers here and there that like pick sides. Some of the Avengers might be on Kang's side because Loki might tell them about He Who Remains and tell them that He Who Remains saves the sacred universe and we can't destroy the Kangs. And you might have some saying fuck the Kangs, we're gonna fuck them up. You know what I mean? You might have Avengers versus Avengers, and then you have Dr. Doom's team of his Avengers or whatever versus Kang, the Kang dudes with their Avengers or whatever. You could have did something like that. That would have been fire too. But I don't know how they close this loose end. I don't know how they tie it in. I don't know how they end it without doing some corny shit. Without Jonathan Majors, going to have to do some corny shit. They is. Or just recast Kang. If you don't want Jonathan Majors, just recast Kang and have a Kang there and have him do some shit. You know what I mean? You got to do something like that, because if not, the shit going to be corny. Now, yeah, we might move forward with Dr. Doom, and Dr. Doom might be an awesome villain, and I ain't going to lie, Robert Downey Jr., man, that dude knows how to act. That dude can make it pop. And it'll end up working, but there's going to be some corny shit that we're going to have to get past first before that shit works. You know what I mean? There's going to be some corny shit we're going to have to get past first before that shit works if they don't recast Kang or they don't bring back Jonathan Majors. And they can bring back Jonathan Majors. Disney just go and say, hey, we think we made a mistake. We're going to bring back Jonathan Majors to finish out the Kang thing. We're going to work this out and just start over. Y'all rewrite scripts all the time. Y'all do shit all the time. Just bring Jonathan Majors back and start this shit over, because losing Jonathan Majors is a major mistake. And Jonathan Majors started the major mistake because Megan Good. Megan Good was there, bro. Megan Good was involved. Megan Good was a friend of yours. Megan Good, you had her phone number. You at least had her phone number, bro. You had to. You had Megan Good's phone number. You was wasting time with all these other women. That you was wasting time with the white woman. I'm not being racist, but I'm just saying that white woman is not Megan Good, bro. You had to fight black. Now listen, man. I'm not being racist when I say this, but if you got a black woman, that's Megan Good, and you a black man, you fucked up. You was wasting your time. You had her phone number at least. At least you had a phone number. I don't know what your relationship was, but at least you had Megan Good's phone number. At least you could call her up. And if you got a girl's phone number, personal phone number where you could call her up, that's something. That means something. That means you could have been whispering sweet nothings in her ear. You could have got that. Because you did get it. You did get it. So you know what I mean? So Jonathan Majors made a major mistake. Marvel made a major mistake. And you fans made a major mistake because y'all started going, y'all didn't like Quantumania, y'all started talking shit about it, and y'all gave Marvel a bullshit excuse to fire that black man. Y'all didn't mean it, though. The racist ones did mean it. The racist white folks didn't want Jonathan Majors in that position. I know you're out there, and I know y'all meant that shit. Y'all was in on it. Y'all meant that shit. Y'all wanted that shit to happen. But to the regular fans that didn't like the movie, y'all could have said, hey, I don't like, y'all could have been like me. Y'all could have been like me. Look, that's why I said it. Look, I'm the best podcast in business. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. And I say us because it's me. I'm in the starting five, so it's 4 other men that's just like me. So I'm going to say us because it's us. They not like us because we keep it 100. We keep it real. We know what we talking about, and we say what we mean, and I bullshit with them because I can bullshit with them because that's part of my demeanor. But for real, Y'all could have been like us. And y'all could have said, hey, I don't like Quantumania. I didn't like that film, but that Kang was a bad motherfucker, though. They could have said that. That would have worked. I don't like that film, but Kang was a bad motherfucker. But no, they didn't say that. They just said, I don't like that movie. That movie was corny. I don't like the fact that Kang, who's supposed to be so tough, lost to Ant-Man. When y'all knew that there was more Kang coming. That was his first fight. That wasn't the end game. That wasn't the last we was going to see this motherfucker. That wasn't his best. You know what I mean? We knew that we was going to get more Kang, so why did y'all act like Kang lost to Ant-Man was such a big deal when we knew we was getting more Kang? That's why I said it's all bullshit. It's all propaganda. You know what I'm saying? It's all bullshit. It's all propaganda. And I guess that's the end of my episode. Now, here's the thing. I do have a shout out, right? So let me tell you, right? I was first of all, I want to shout out Zales because I want Zales, and I ain't got no money. I ain't saying I ain't got no money, but I ain't got. Listen, man, I'm not a millionaire. Y'all don't even support my podcast. I can't even get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I can at least try to make some money from this shit. I'm doing the shit. I'm giving y'all all of this shit out of the kindness of my fucking heart. Because I love you people, and I know you people needed somebody that's gonna give it 100. I know you people need quality content. And y'all don't give a fuck about me, but the kindness of my heart makes me stay here and do it. I ain't making no money off of this shit. I'm not making no money. But I still do it. But I want the Zales, right? I want the Zales because it was Valentine's Day, and I've been in the dog house. You know what I'm saying? The dog house. I've been sleeping in that motherfucker for real. I've been sleeping in the dog house. I've been Snoop Doggy dog. Da, 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 da. I've been doggy style, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I've been doggy style. So this Valentine's Day, I had a lot of making up to do. I ain't gonna lie about that. Now, I ain't been cheating or beating. Y'all know me. I don't cheat. I don't beat. So it wasn't that bad, but it was bad. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, who's going to run this house tonight? Not me. Not me. But anyway, so I had to make this Valentine's Day pop. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Zales because women love jewelry, right? But I went to Zales and the money was funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I went to Zales and the money was funny. I could have went to one of them rinky-dink jewelry stores, but I don't trust them. I don't trust them. At least I know if I come home with a Zales bag or every kiss begins with K. If I came home with a K bag or a Zales bag, some shit that's on TV, you know, Steven Singer, some shit that's on billboards or something. If I came home with one of them places out of school, if I came home with just a brown bag, acting like I got this jewelry for sale, she would have been at the Brittany don't fuck around. Okay? She don't play shit. She wears fake jewelry because she wears costume jewelry because she likes costume jewelry. She likes to have a lot of stuff, a lot of rings, stuff like that. So she wears some fucking costume jewelry. But if I give her some jewelry and I say it's real, she gonna investigate that shit. If I bought it in a brown bag, she gonna be like, where the fuck you get this from? I gotta test it. But at least if I have Zales or every kiss begins with K on the back, she kind of know. She's seen them on TV. This is legit. They on TV. Or she saw I love Steven Singer. She knows Steven Singer's on the billboard. She drive down 95. That's legit. She would have been like, you know what I mean? That's legit. She ain't gonna test that. So I went to Zales. I went to K. But I'm just gonna say they was very nice because the money was funny. They was like, look, we know the money funny. Wait, was that racist? Because they kind of knew the money was funny before I said the money was funny. They kind of was like, here, come over here. Look at this. Man, I think about it. Fuck them, because they did. They was like, hey, black man, come on over here. You know what I mean? Come on over here. White man was over there talking big shit. They moved me to the section. They knew the money was funny before I told them. So that's kind of racist. But still, they hooked the brother up. I got some nice shit with my funny money. You know what I'm saying? I got some nice shit with my funny money. So I want to give them a shout out, even though I just realized they did some racist shit. But but I'm still going to get them motherfuckers a shout out because they hooked me up. Brother got some nice shit for some funny money, right? I also want to give a shout out to the I Beach Club. It's the I Beach Club. It's in Manayunk. If you ever want to go like for a spa date or just take your woman out for a spa time, the I Beach Club in Manayunk was a great time. It's on Green Lane. It's in Manayunk, and it's a great place. The guy was there, and it was private. You know what I'm saying? When I think spa, I think a lot of people there. You're going to see a lot of people. A lot of people going to be laid on shit. No, this is a small place. And when I first got there, I was like, yo, this shit small as shit. This shit gonna be some corny shit, but it wasn't. It was small because it's very intimate. It's very intimate. It's very private. He put us in the chairs. We was by ourselves. We had robes. You know what I mean? My man put out the truffles. Truffles is nasty, by the way. Chocolate truffles nasty as shit, but he put them out. They was nice looking. He had a nice little balloon set up, nice little thing set up, nice little table set up. He had us in the chairs, the massage chairs was awesome. He put some cucumbers on the nigga eyes. And you know what I mean? I ain't never did that. I ain't never put them cucumbers. I see the rich bitches do it, lay down with the cucumbers on their eyes. But I ain't never did it. But he put some shit. He put some cucumbers on my motherfucking eyes that day. You know what I'm saying? The wife, Brittany, she was enjoying it. She had herself a good time. Hot tub, sauna. He came down. This guy came in, gave us a nice massage. You know, I thought it was going to be weird, man, putting his hands on me, but I wasn't. It felt good as shit. I ain't feel that good. I wasn't trying to get no happy ending, but I got a happy ending later on, but it wasn't from him. Yeah, I did my big one. But anyway, I'm just saying that place, the I Beach Club is the place to go. It's the place that I would recommend. I'm going back for not even Valentine's Day, and I'm going to get back in that motherfucking massage chair, and that man going to put that he going to do my shoulders. He going to put that shit back on me. The peppermint. He had peppermint stuff. He had a aromatherapy shit. Like, this shit was popping, and it was private. We was in a hot tub alone. We was in the sauna alone. We was on them chairs alone. We ain't seen no other people till we left. We literally did not see no other people till we left. That man was so kind. That man was so kind that he said, "Do you like a head massage?" And I said, "Yes, please." Just like that. Yes, please, like a little bitch. Like me? Yes, please, to a man. That's how good he was. That's how nice he was. He made me say, "Yes, please." I said, "Yes, please," twice. 2 times I said it. I felt bitchy, but the man was so nice and the shit was so good, I couldn't help myself, okay? So, our Beach Club, shout out to them. And Zales and K, shout out to Zales and K. I didn't buy jewelry from both stores, but they did accommodate me. They did show me some nice things. They did help me with funny money. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them, and shout out to you guys. You know, because there were some people in here. Usually it went from 2 to 3 to 3 to 4. It went out. There was 4 here at one time. So shout out to you guys because y'all was in the building. Go to their YouTube and subscribe though. What the fuck is y'all doing? Go to the YouTube and subscribe. But until then, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Starting 5. Because look, I wore the shirt and I'm wearing the shirt in Starting 5 today. At 1 o'clock, Starting 5 podcast coming on. And I'm wearing this shirt again because I'm going to tell everybody they not like us. The other podcasters is not like us. Joe Buttons is not like us, okay? Gillian Wallow is not like us, okay? Not. I stand on that. I don't care. But anyway, that's the end of it. And I'll see you next time.